Oh, good, and the chocolate's ready.
Perfect.
Perfect.
Chocolate's ready.
Timing,
Chocolate's
right.
ready.
Yeah, Chris Preston, the owner of the Chocolate Bar in downtown Boise, is here with us this morning, and that beep that could not have been better timed.
Absolutely better timing.
Yeah, and we've done some segments with you before. We sure appreciate you coming in early this morning. Set up the whole gamut of operations.
Absolutely.
And you know, we were talking about this during the break. You have now been in business for 9 years.
9 years, yes. Hard to believe. It's been wonderful.
Kidding.
Yeah, it's been great. The first year, it was just my wife and I. The only employees. We get up to 12 employees at Christmas, so the business has grown nicely.
That's really nice.
Yeah, thank the people of Boise for that. Yes.
Yeah, I mean, but you've got a great shop, and you're going to
People
show
love going
us
in there, yeah.
what we can make. Now, can we actually maybe do some of this at
actually,
home?
some of this you can do at home, especially the truffles. Truffles are a ganache, and a ganache is shaved chocolate, hot cream, and a little bit of butter. So there's a lot of simple truffle recipes out there. People ask all the time, are they actually the truffles like the fungus from the roots of the oak trees?
No.
And we're saying, no, that would be,
I would not be eating it if it were.
Well, it would also, you couldn't afford it. This would be about $1,200. But when they were originally made, they rolled them in cocoa powder, and so they look sort of roughly like a truffle.
Okay.
It's a play on words. Play on words. But truffles are something that are easy to make at home. You don't have to dip them in chocolate. You can do the traditional rolling them in cocoa powder, but your creativity is unlimited. You can make them. We make truffles that are ginger flavored, strawberry balsamic, champagne truffles, Cabernet truffles. Yeah, so
lots of options for
lots of options for sure.
But what about the caramel and all of that?
Okay, so caramel is something you can also make at home too, but it's not something you want to make with real little kids. This is a project more for teens because it's boiling sugar.
Yeah.
And so you really get some burns because it sticks to you.
I grew up making caramel.
Okay, so you understand.
So I know, and it is a process of love is what it is, because you have to stir it all the time. You can't stop.
So we're going to get to the caramels here coming up, because you're going to stick with us through the show. So in our next segment, we're going to look more at those caramels. Let's get back to these truffles and kind of show us how you do things over there at the Chocolate Bar once you have the ganache.
So what we're going to do now is we're going to dip these truffles, and you guys can dip some as well.
This whole thing is filled with chocolate. I love a machine filled with chocolate.
Yeah.
Holy cow.
This holds about 16 pounds of chocolate.
Oh, 16 pounds of chocolate.
Wow. So I can just leave it here for you guys.
Yeah.
And you've pointed out to us as well, just notice that this stone slate that you brought in is specific for these chocolates because it's cold to the touch and it's going to help them set faster.
It's granite and will certainly help the chocolate set up.
Yeah. You feel that? That's pretty cool right there. So we're going to be dipping these, and I like these little tools. Remind me of like Easter eggs when I was a kid. You know, doing some of the time.
Oh yeah. So you take your truffle, plunk it in the chocolate.
Cover it up with your little wand.
1, 2, 3, and then you turn it over. And you create that perfect little truffle.
I want to see Gemma do. I've done some of these before. I've been over there before. We shot some pieces here. Yeah.
I like that part.
So you just cover it with chocolate, and then you sort of scoop it out, tap it lightly, like
tap.
1, 2, 3. Turn it over. Oh, there you go.
Oh, hey, you even did the
Look
at
at
the top.
that.
Look at that.
Come on in this week. We need the help.
I will.
Yeah, and I imagine you guys are very busy right now, of course. Valentine's Day. Are there still time for people? Is there still time for people to make orders, or are you running up again?
There certainly is. No, absolutely.
And we've got to wrap it up because we got to go to break. But Chris is sticking around with us. He's going to teach us how to make some other things at home. So make sure you keep paying attention this morning.
We're going to see how these set at the end. Of course, Chris's is going to look the best. And chocolate. We're just getting our gloves on here because we're going to help Chris Preston, who of course is owner of the Chocolate Bar in downtown Boise. We've got some of the things that you guys have in display in your store right now. Some beautiful chocolates.
Absolutely.
A lot of variety in there too. You guys have tons of stuff.
But here's one of your most popular things. We're going to get to that in a second because you're going to show us how to make molds.
Yeah,
one of the popular things that people like to buy. They like to have chocolate hearts for Valentine's Day. So for you guys, we've got this little heart mold. If you want
this is mine. All right.
Yeah, this is yours,
take
Spencer.
that and you just take the spoon, kind of spoon it in there.
Am I filling it all the way to the top?
Pretty much.
Okay.
And you'll see, and then what you do, there's a little trick. Now at the shop, we have this vibrating table. And this it gets all the bubbles out.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, so if you want to do one more here.
But here at home, we just have to do this.
Yeah, when you're working at home, so you're just gonna, and you can get these molds different places. You just need to make sure your chocolate is properly tempered, which means that it's ready to go. So
and of course, going to be cooling on a very cold granite slab as well.
Right.
And Gemma, you wanted to do those caramels. I'm not going to get in your way because
But this is, I mean, honestly, this is. Would you say this is one of your more popular products?
Yeah.
They're delicious.
Salt and caramel. If you have the right salt and the right chocolate, it works really well. So this is the Hawaiian sea salt. You can see it's pink. That's from the clay in Hawaii. And then we use a fleur de sal, which is a salt from France, from where the Rhone dumps into the Mediterranean, ancient salt.
And that's white. If you go in, that's the difference. It's that white salt. Because I've never had the Hawaiian, because people, you said people are really mixed though.
People are very loyal to their kind of salt that they like.
That is so funny.
So if we're out of Hawaiian, they won't buy the fleur de sal. If we're out of the fleur de sal, they won't buy the Hawaiian.
I say just try all.
Yeah, try all of them.
Okay, so how do we dip this?
So the way you do this, I'll show you one and then you can do it. You throw the caramel in the chocolate. 1, 2, 3, tap off the excess chocolate. You set it down on the slab.
And look at how smooth he gets those.
Well,
have you been doing this for a while?
Yeah, for a while. Probably. I wondered one day how many caramels I've done, because I did over 2,000 yesterday. So
how did you and your wife get into? I mean, were you just making chocolate at home? I mean, because this is a second career for you.
Yes, we both love to cook, and Christy is a person who really loves chocolate. And she started making chocolate. I came from a family that didn't eat chocolate, and I kept saying, "Babe, this stuff's great."
Do you eat it now?
Oh yeah, yeah. One thing.
I mean, you have to taste test
one thing led to another. And here we are in the chocolate business.
And speaking of taste testing, if you don't mind, Chris,
go for
it looks like one of these caramels is already set.
I do want to
the salt and the caramel is just the most amazing mixture in the world. And again, we do want to, of course, remind people, we've got all these gifts. You guys have those on display. Some of those amazing
we're at 8th
high
and
heel
Bannock
chocolates.
downtown. We have solid high heels that are hand painted by my wife. She's more of an artist. So what do you think?
Well, this is excellent. I have to tell you, though, I mean, to really give my full opinion, I need to come in and try the floor.
We need to try both back to back.
We have to try both, Chris.
Do a side-by-side comparison.
Exactly.
Why don't you head into the Chocolate Bar as well on 8th and Bannock in Boise? Thanks so much, Chris, for coming in.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it.
Happy Valentine's Day to you. We know you're busy.